responsibility for what
she didn't acknowledge the transactions that she either received or didn't receive.
Exactly.
From interaction with said men.
Brittney Renner apologizing for what she's done is like white people apologizing for slavery. Number one, there's no way that you mean that. And number two, you're not willing to give up the stuff that you've gained for what you've done. So like it's all theater. And now Brittney Renner will have the opportunity to basically become a reformed hoe. And the reformed hoe will be the new hustle. I've learned the error of my ways. I know that I've used all these men, and I know that I've done all these things that are wrong, and I made all of this money, but now I'm sorry. And I won't experience any consequences for this, but please believe that I'm actually sorry now. And that's what you're seeing on the internet with
Is it like a false sense of accountability? Like, I'm going to give you the options to give me to tell me what I'm responsible for. I'm going to halfway accept accountability. Like, I didn't have decisions, or like every man that I came encounter with, I was misled by and sold a false sense of goods without admitting that you low key were a clout chaser from the jump via the internet based off of the success you got by gaining followers and clout. And you just climbed up the clout ladder. And because you climbed up the clout ladder without a clout marriage to attest to, and because you have so many names tied to you, your value is now lowered. Because the thing about these women, I feel like in this industry, in the clout industry of, sleeping with prominent men, your value is only high based off of the amount of men we don't know you slept with. And the more men that come out that say they've slept with you lowers the price, especially if you don't have a product or a business behind you that's going to give you an equal amount of clout to have leverage in these types of, celebrity, based relationships. So a lot of the times I think the reason why it's kind of dried out. Yeah, because if you look at how
I disagree. I think hoes now are winning.
No. It's not guy on winning, but with her, Colin Kaepernick, right? PJ Walker. We talking about Lil Uzi. There's a lot of people who's been affiliated with her to the point where, especially with the PJ Walker situation, it kind of made her take a hit because, like, okay, you're just getting pregnant by some, regular NBA player. It's not a lot of dudes who really gonna take you serious on that type of level. Like, you know what I'm saying? Cam Newton, in a way, think about it. You would think she would be the type of a chick who you would see Cam Newton date instead of Cam Newton just bringing her on a podcast and doing content with.
But the thing now, she's got so there's no such thing as bad press, right?
Right.
She now, because even as a woman having a reputation, so how did Kim Kardashian get big? She put
the sex tape with Ray J, yeah.
Okay, so the idea that Kim Kardashian, to me, changed the game, because what happened is Kim Kardashian made it cool to be tossed around by everybody, and I don't think that damages your reputation anymore. In fact, for a lot of these women, I think it increases it. You're going to tell me now, Brittney Renner going on these podcasts, I know that she's not going on there for free anymore. I know that she's more big and more popular now than she was, back when she was when she was dating Colin Kaepernick. I didn't even know who she is. Most people don't even know who she is now.
She's getting ahead of the account. She's getting ahead of the accountability rebrand.
Yeah. So now with all of this builds her name and her following even more. And so I don't think that what she's doing, I don't think she has her reputation. I don't think hoes being hoes damages their reputation anymore. I don't. It may have at one point in time, right? At one point in time, it may have damaged your reputation. But now with everything, right?
Right.
There's a guy on YouTube, his name is Ty City, and it's very interesting stuff. We are in a hoe economy right now. And I believe that, right? Now hoes are currency. Now, you go around, they call dudes incel, and it's like, because they value them based upon how many women they're with. And now hoes having a body count it's not a deal breaker for most men. Like most men right now, I guarantee you this. I hate to say this, I hate to predict this, but with the way all of the fake manosphere stuff, with letting all these women in, I can guarantee you that I'm going to predict it right now. Brittney Renner is going to get on some Lifetime movie stuff and say, I did a lot of things in my past, and now I want to guide women not to doing the same. And Brittney Renner will become the new Fresh and Fit or the new Kevin Samuels. That is my prediction, because that is what women
are going to pull the Trojan horse and take over the manosphere.
They're already doing it. They've already, dude.
You know why? You know why?
They've already done it. They've already done it.
Let me just say this. You know why? Because it was a lot of fake ass niggas that motherfuckers let in the manosphere because everybody wanted some type of community that wouldn't get. See, it's not a lot of men committed to the manosphere. That's the issue with RedPill and incels. It was too many incels getting in the game, trying to mask incelism as manosphere shit, and then because they finally got some women acceptance, perpetrating the manosphere, they let these women in. Whereas a lot of the RedPill niggas is already getting hoes. That's why they can come back and tell you what the game is.
But let me just say that nobody, I don't honestly think that they were trying to change the game. What are you doing if you're not trying to change the game? Are you really just trying to this became more about online debates than actually changing anything? Because if these guys, it's literally, this conversation is exactly what I'm talking about, right? It's literally white people saying, "Oh, I'm sorry for slave," or Israelis saying, "Hey, I'm sorry about what happened to the Palestinians," or Americans saying, "Oh, I'm sorry about what happened in Iraq," it's like, no, you're not. You literally have gained all this success from what you've done. There's no way you're going to tell me this woman would want to go back and get a degree and become a doctor, right? And go through a residency period of 11 plus years into becoming something, incur student debt, and go through all that work, right? When all she had to do was basically just become a hoe, and now she makes the same amount of money as doctors do. Brittney Renner is now getting paid to go on podcasts. She's now getting paid to do appearances at clubs. Her name is all throughout the world right now. And there's definitely dudes and men right now are so desperate. Men right now are so desperate that they'll take a Brittney Renner, right? It's men that have lost their principles in dealing with women. And now this type of stuff, right? Well, I'm going to debate you over the internet and put it on Instagram. That is not going to do anything, because if the red pill people were real, because now I'm starting to think a lot of it's fake, because if you were actually real, you would be trying to change laws so Brittney Renners can't exist. You would be trying to change technology policy so no woman can make pictures of showing their feet on OnlyFans. But they don't want to do that. They want to sit up here and they want to try to make women understand them, right? Instead of actually wielding power against the advantages that they have financially and politically. That's what I honestly think. Everything now has become theater. It's just become theater. Like, let's debate these women. I don't want to say where I know you from, but it's kind of like a certain group of people online. You've debated women, you've debated women, you've debated women, you've debated women, you've debated women. Okay, now what? Are we going to change some laws? Are we going to change some technology? Are we actually going to take away their financial leverage? No.